welcome if this is your first time here. My name is Day. I have some important topics that I need to get out there. I need to update some topics, and this video is one of those topics that I need to update. And all of the information that I'm talking about in this video I have recorded before, so even if you want to go back to my old videos from nearly 2 years ago, I'm gonna be telling you the same exact thing. But I just want to come really quickly to talk about 5 things that you should know starting your loc journey, even before starting your loc journey, because it's gonna save you from a lot. But 5 tips that I have for you in starting your loc journey, things that you should know. Okay, of course we can get into the details later about your specific journey, but right off the bat, here's some things that you absolutely have to know in order to be successful. Number 1, let's talk about time. Okay, let's talk about time, because that's a big thing. A lot of people wonder when their hair is gonna look like their dream appearance of what they think it's gonna look like, and it varies for everyone. Some of us have very coarse hair and our hair locks really fast. I'm one of those people. And some of us don't have really coarse hair, but that doesn't mean that your hair is not gonna lock at all. That just means it takes a little bit longer. And I know several people, several of my supporters and friends have also said that their hair took over a year and a few months to lock. So some people think that after a few months, if their hair doesn't lock, or if their hair is not, like, you know, getting kind of like matted together, knotting up, budding, that there's a problem, and that they need to, you know, look towards other methods of locking their hair. And that's absolutely not true. I always say that your hair is going to change so much within the first year. Please don't touch it for a year, please, because it's gonna look so different by the time like a year and a half comes. It's gonna look so different, and I don't want you to over manipulate it trying to figure things out, when the reality is it's best if you just leave it alone and let your hair rest. So understand that time varies, and you should leave your hair alone. Number 2, when people get locks, you step into this new world, right, of locked queens, locked kings. Yes, we locks, and you have all this lock inspo on your social media, this, that, and the third. You in public, and you notice more people with locks, and you will see a lot of people with beautiful color in their hair. Locks, I feel like any color can be pulled off almost when you have locks in your hair. However, this is just my opinion. I always tell people this. When you are starting off your locks, when your locks have not locked yet, when you're starting your loc journey, it doesn't matter how long or short your hair is, I would recommend not coloring your hair. I recommend not, you know, limiting the color in general, but definitely while your hair is still locking and you're still learning to take care of it, because once again, your hair changes so much in the first year, and a lot happens when you color your hair in terms of how much you have to moisturize it. You know, chemical changes has a different effect on different people, and it's just not something you want to deal with as your hair is beginning to form. If there's a problem and you have an issue with moisturizing, or, you know, just while you're learning your locks, you want to know the difference between what is you and your hair and what is the color. So a lot of people think that their hair is like dry, or they're not doing a certain routine right, or this, that, and the third. The products that they're using are off, and really it could be the color. You colored your hair and you probably shouldn't have. I think that I waited a year and a half when I colored my hair, and I've only colored my hair once, full on. I mean, like the whole head, one time. And I wouldn't recommend doing it more than once a year. I know, like, the color topic is so, like, such a debate, especially on Instagram, and a lot of people get upset with me about saying don't color your hair, but you know that if you don't color it, or if you don't color it often, that's the safer choice, regardless of if your hair can take it or not. So there are some people out there whose hair can't take it, and I'm speaking kind of to those people when I say you should be careful with color. So leave your hair alone, focus on your routines, focus on maybe styling if you're into that, focus on everyday care, and then later on when you get like a grasp of your routines and stuff, and your hair is completely locked and you know the do's and don'ts, then maybe dabble into color a little bit later down the line. The third thing, less is more. Less is more when it comes to locks. There is not, I really can't find, I think that this might be the most important tip of all, because locks are very sensitive in a sense that you can't just put any and everything in your hair and get rid of it. Like some people who are, you know, loose natural, or who have blowouts, or just loose hair in general, they can kind of experiment because they can always wash their hair out. We don't have that option, because once something gets in your locks, it is in, like it is embedded, and it is so hard to get out. So less is more. For example, I've gone back to the basics. I only use oil and water on my hair, rose water too, and that is it. Like I don't use anything else. Shampoo, of course, but even the shampoo is very minimal. It's an organic peppermint soap, and that is it. And that's what's helped me to flourish. When you get into using all these different products and paste and waxes and gels and stuff, all you're doing is looking at buildup and stuff that's going to be a lot harder for you to get out later. Locks, you don't really need all that. Okay, you really don't need all that at all. Your hair will do a lot better if you just kind of put only in what you need and nothing else. Tip number 4, understand that even though locks are very minimal, there are certain things that are non-negotiable. Like you have to wrap up your hair no matter what. Locks collect the lint, and your hair has to be protected. Even some of the clothes that you wear have to change. I don't wear knit hats anymore at all, because my hair in particular loves to just collect lint. So I don't even go there. Even some of the sweaters that I wear, I'm more cognizant of it now, because now that my hair is touching my shoulders a little bit, it collects all the lint that is on my shirt. So you have to keep your hair covered and protected from that stuff, because buildup, I'm not gonna lie, some people can really get buildup out there, like these different detoxes and, you know, certain things people can soak their hair in. Lint, if your hair gets a lot of lint in it, it's almost nothing you can do. I mean, you can brush lint off the outside, but once lint gets really inside of your locks, you will have to sit and pick it out, and parts of your hair will come with it. It's just, you really don't want to go there. So prevention is the best way. Protect your hair from the beginning. Don't lay your hair on, or your locks down on like covers and fuzzy pillows and stuff like that. Just try to like be cognizant of that, so that you don't have to deal with the other stuff later on. And tip number 5, I want to say that your lock journey is going to be unique to you. I feel like it takes everybody the longest time to understand this. There is no lock count, there is no product use, there is no routine that is gonna make your set of locks look exactly like somebody else's. It's gonna be unique to you. You can always find people that are similar, but your hair is your hair. So learn to accept your journey, learn what works best for your hair. Understand that comparing your hair is not gonna help you out. And what some people do, you can't do for your hair, and vice versa. So learn your hair best, understand that your journey is unique. Those are my tips. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Of course, my comments and my Instagram inbox is open for those of you who need a little bit of extra help, but I'm here. Been through it twice. Hang in there. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another video, and I will see you all in my next one.